All right, good afternoon, everybody. This is Bruce at Bookmap, and we'll go through the for the Bitcoin trading competition that we have with Tradeovate and Coinbase Pro derivatives for Bitcoin, the nano contract. So we'll be looking at that and just going through all sorts of things. This is an open mic over here in Discord, so if you want to join us over in Discord, that might be better. You can ask questions there, etc. So we're going to go through live analysis, live trading. We took a position last time. It's just to try to help you guys read the order flow better in Bookmap. And if you have any questions, it's kind of complex the way that we connected here with to the Tradeovate account, then also with the Bookmap Bookmap data and the multi-book products, the cross BBO, and then also the liquidation indicator. But these are all advantages and edges you guys can use. So anyway, let's go through the disclosures and we'll jump right in. We can go through your trades, etc., whatever it is you guys want. So it's kind of a breakdown here of everything, and we'll do it for the next hour. All right. General disclosure: all Bookmap Limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. The risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's jump in. Let's take a look. Did anyone catch this? Oops, I'm sorry. That is the ES. Let's take a look here at the Bitcoin, and we'll look at the perpetual here. Anyone catch this move to the downside below 20 grand? And look at it come right back up to it. So crazy crypto markets, but this is pretty significant here. We're seeing a pretty big drop here. From a consolidation period for quite a while. It definitely had a downside slant to it here in the order flow, structurally, as well as the transactions in here. You would be looking for this at some point to break. Now it could have broken in any of these places in here. These both look pretty good. Went one more time a bit higher here, and then finally we broke. All right, so anyway, move to the downside and then the move right back up. Now, watching very closely on the move back up into this 20,000. This is where we see the sellers come in. I'm going to dim the heat map, and I'm going to take the best bid and offer off for just a moment on the cross BBO. Okay, so this is where it dropped from. Okay, steep move, very quick move, pull back, another steep move in here. Bit of a pullback, and then one more move here. All right, now you can see we've talked about this many times over. Hold on, make sure everything's going okay over here in okay, there you are. There's Pro K. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Yeah, some congratulations to Pro K. Had some good trades in there, so he is up. Anyway, we'll if you want to go through anything, just shout out here, guys. You have the open mic. All right, so yeah, it looks like everything's okay here in Discord.
Yes, Bruce.
Hey, there you are. How are you doing?
It could be better, but I'm hanging in.
Excellent, excellent. I was excited for you. I saw you were up there in the top 3 for a bit earlier today. So anyway, this is I mean, this is Bitcoin, and this kind of volatility is what unfolds. What I wanted to cover in here is these pivot points that we talk about in the futures webinars all the time. It can be stocks, it can be futures, it really doesn't matter. It's right here. Okay, this is where we see strong sellers, again strong sellers, and again strong sellers. Okay, now look where they really start to you can see it in a few different places, this pivot point idea right here and then right here. Okay, so look at this, strong buyers, strong buyers. Okay, there's another one up here now. So this is where that move initiated from to the downside here, and we've retraced it basically 100%. Okay, back up to and just into 20K. All right, so again, now we're trying to look here and try to ascertain, is this just 100% pullback and looking for more sellers, or are we going to get the buyers to come in above here and get the strong move up and a nice stop run here? All right, so we're kind of looking at this here, trying to ascertain. It looks like sellers are going to come in right now, and let's see if they can. We need to see some size on the sell side though, and then looking for it to come right back down to here. Okay, the 860 here. All right, so that would be the move. There is a little slight area in here, this little swing in here, that it might kind of bounce off of, but more or less looking for the move down here into 860. Okay, all right. Any questions on this move here? It typical. We thought, well, maybe 230 would be better for the webinar. Last time it was at 2, and the move happened right after 2. So, go figure. Anyway, we should get some good action in here, I think. So we'll keep an eye out. All right. Anyway, is the concept clear here? This is a pullback right now. Okay, this is a directional move, and this is a pullback right now. Okay, so we're looking for continuation of the directional move. All right, so the first stop would be down to here at 860, and let's see if the sellers can maybe try to push it through that. Now that would be scenario number 1. Right now, let's just go over what we see in the live market right now. Do we see a lot of sellers here? Not really, not too many. Okay, it is still a more probable scenario that we're going to get the move back down into 860, but we have to go through these things, and we're going to look for something that is clear, something that tells us that the orders are set, traders want to go a direction, and the market is kind of eased in that direction due to the participants with their orders in the order flow. All right, so yeah, this would be the kind of the move we're looking for here. Now go through the second one, is maybe below this little swing here, and then if we get buyers to come back up above this little area right here, we can even kind of draw a little trend line in here, and it would be right above here. Okay, we'd be looking for some pretty big green dots in here. If we do get that, okay, we're looking to come right back up to 20K. All right, so we're probably going to see that little battle take place right now. Okay, here's the swing. We just kind of went below it here, and let's see if we see these sellers come in or buyers come in up above.
That's a great one, yeah.
What's that?
That's a great one, yeah. We'll be happy if I see some more buyers, but for now.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. I mean, we don't want to get caught up in a trap or anything like that. But it does. The directional move is still sell side here, right? So we're looking for that as the most probable right now. We're just not getting too much out of it here. There is more selling than buying in here. You can see it in the bars. You can see it in the dots. Right, so we are looking for that scenario most likely to play out. Okay, now I know, guys, this is we're looking at pretty low time frames in here for this competition, and as you guys know, for the let's see, is Owen in here today? I'm not sure if he's Okay. Anyway,
Nothing.
no, I don't see him. Okay, well, I should have mentioned it to Owen earlier today. Anyway, he's a crypto trader. Anyway, we're yeah, looking for this move to the downside is as most likely as a pullback, right? The strong move is here on the sell side. This is the retracement, and then looking for the continuation here. Now we can even take a look here on the higher time frame. I've got here, as a lot of you guys know, the this website here. It's just a bar chart. But we're looking at just structural areas. This is an hour chart, yeah, 1 hour chart, and we're looking, at some of these little areas where, order flow from the other day. This was back on September 9th. This was last Friday, and a steep move to the upside like this. Okay, we're coming back down to test this area here. That's what I'm looking for in this kind of higher time frame hourly chart. Now, you can see this is a big red candle. Now it's retraced halfway back up, right? So back to 20,000. Heck, can come back to 2,100 or 20,100 here. I think to me it looks like there's more momentum to the downside. Even this structure in here, this is where we can apply our order flow understanding and structure, market structure, to the candlestick chart, right? So strong move obviously to the downside, pretty shallow pullback, lower highs in here, slightly lower lows in here, and then the move lower, pullback, and then looking for continuation into this area down here. All right, so, and that is what, 19,400, let's call it. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking for in the bigger picture, right? Let's come back to what we were just looking at. Okay, so here's our sell side. We're down to here. Now we're down to this pivot point. This is where we're looking for a couple different scenarios as well. Okay, a bounce, maybe back up to about here, where we just kind of dropped from, or just a ton of selling coming in right now. Okay, and if they do, then we're looking for the next move down here to 740, and then we're talking back down to lows here. All right, so this is a directional move, and we're looking for the continuation here. Any questions on that?
No questions today.
Okay, all right. I mean, I guess it's pretty clear. We're looking at what helps us give confidence to this direction here, or this as being a directional trade. Well, is first off, we looked at the higher time frame here, right? Secondly, what we're looking at is the order flow, the break of the 20K, and then look at the orders here. Okay, we marked them up with these vertical rectangles in here. Okay, yeah, sure, there's a pullback in here, retraced all the way back, in fact, to 20K. But look at the buying in here compared to the selling. There is an imbalance. There is more selling than there is buying. All right, so we're looking for the continuation. All right, so this is strong move, pullback, and then looking for, again, strong move here. Okay, now it's not really giving us the strong move yet on the sell side. All it's done is come back down into this 860 area here.
Let's go, buyers. Come on.
Okay, you're long, huh?
No, I made a little mistake because I was short the whole day, and I seen it all the time dropping to the short level. I don't know how to say it, 20,050 or something. It was all the time bouncing off that level.
Okay.
And I was yesterday in the evening, I was thinking, what if I just stopped my short right here and just go outside in all the time? And maybe get the first place. And I
Ah,
did that. I did that until the end of maybe an hour ago. That's when I finally started to do that, and I caught up in the shorts, and now I'm I don't know, fifth or sixth place or something like that.
yeah, yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
really
yeah.
hoping it's going up.
Well, this is, I mean, like, uh, yeah, I was really excited for you. I saw you in third place there. The But look at the structure in here, though, right? Even like all day long,
Yeah,
it's still making lower highs in here. Okay, there's still more selling at these kind of areas in here. So, just based off of that, we're still looking for the move lower in the overall structure here. So, if we draw our line in here, okay, now look, trend lines, whatever, like whatever you think of them, but this is pretty typical stuff. The More selling in these areas in here, and then what is also quite typical is there's one last kind of move up here, and maybe trying to squeeze these guys in here, and then maybe a break to the, this would be, you would be looking for that move up here to maybe 400 or 500. But this is where you really have to kind of watch it. And if we get the sellers in here now, you see some here an immediate pullback. I don't know if that's enough there. They really, once it's really in here, when they break it, and you see that, okay, look, they're going for it. They're going to move this. I mean, the market is ready to move with the order flow here down into this liquidity and then some, right? This is when we kind of want to align our higher time frame stuff with the order flow here in Bookmap. All right, so
that's a good one. You're talking about higher time frames because really I was drawing lines from the volume points of controls from earlier back in the days, but it didn't end up well for me.
yeah, it's really like to try to simplify things again and again, like just you know um, market structure is the first thing, and then we want to understand then the the volume within that structure, and that's going to give us a lot of insight. So the structure here is, we came from kind of a down day, and then we can see here that the structure is still negative in here. Okay, so we're just looking for sellers at these ends here. Very little buying here, very little buying. Would be great to see maybe high liquidity here on the offer, and it would be great to see them maybe high liquidity down here on the bid, but it pulling as you see these sellers starting to come in. Okay, so this is what can give us an edge, I feel, if we look at first structure, and then we look at the context of the transactions from traders within that structure. So when we put the volume dots on and the volume bars, now we're starting to see it. Okay, so we know there's a lot of selling in here. In fact, we can again use that kind of this will kind of skew the data if I go from here, but that's kind of the peak of the move, and put this within our chart range, and we can look at our volume and balance. It's actually not a lot. It's not a whole lot, to be honest. -4 is little. This is again why I don't really like the indicators, because I know that they're selling at the lower areas here, and I know there's not a lot of buying up here. That's what I want to know. I want the imbalance indicator to tell me that, not just for the overall in here and mash it all together. I know there's sellers. I know there's sellers, and here as well. They could get upended here, true, but once we start to see the selling come in here, then it's like, look out. We see this move again and again and again, like where it's like one last kind of gasp up, kind of get maybe people going the wrong way, hit some stops, and then that this is fuel to the fire for the sell side. to the downside here. So anyway, not to I'm not trying to beat a dead horse or anything, but it's just I'm just trying to keep it simple with Bookmap, because all this stuff is here. We just need to kind of put it into a form that is understandable for us. And for me, I find understanding market structure is a great way to do it. Okay, and then the volume within that structure, and that tells me where the transactions are taking place. Then you can look for this move to unfold. Now, where did it go is kind of funny. Like, let's turn the heat map on. There's nothing really in the heat map that tells us much. That why would it kind of come down to this 600 and then bounce?
It just jumped.
Yeah, it just turned around and jumped, and then it's playing off of this structure now in here that we kind of marked up, right? And again, this looks like it's kind of complex, but boy, it's really straightforward. Sellers, more sellers, more sellers.
Maybe
Okay.
you can maybe you can unravel it. Why did I keep thinking about that 20,050 was a supporting level? I thought it was a supporting whole structure over there, but it just
Sure,
jumped.
sure. So you were looking at this area in here, I guess, right?
Right.
Yeah. So let's put a line in there. So maybe it's around 80 or so. Is that right? Or maybe there's a couple. There's the bigger swing over here too. Maybe
Yeah, right. It's
you were
just the
looking
whole
at,
supporting.
yeah, you were looking maybe at that. So yeah, yeah. I mean, this is uh, well, I don't know if that makes sense. Like first off, we know that the buyers can't make higher highs. That tells us a lot. And then we also know in here, let's just dim the heat map again. We also know in here quite a bit of selling, and they did move it. Okay, the buying in here really didn't move it that high. The buying in here really didn't move it that high. Even here, they're not able to come back up, and they're slightly able to come back up into here. Okay, so these sellers in here remain in control still in this move. And then we see them come in again here. But it's still these guys up in here that are in control and remain in control. It becomes easier once we start to see sellers again here, sellers again here, sellers again in here, and here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, like retail trader behavior somehow.
Yeah, I mean, it's just knowing the orders, where the transactions are taking place, and yes, it's possible we could get the short squeeze above here. It's true, but they just didn't. They didn't have enough buying pressure. Once we see these sellers roll in again, we're looking. This is a hard read, I think, here down to this level. I think it's easier in here. If we zoom in
There is my
here,
long.
and this was your long. Oh no.
Yeah, on 2020
Oh, down here,
above.
off of here.
No, no, above 20,220. There is my
Oh, okay.
long.
Up here, up here. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so you were looking for the squeeze. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
you were looking for the squeeze here, thinking that yeah, they got all these guys like on the ropes here, and then like boom, up into 320, up into 380. And yeah,
Exactly.
it could. It didn't. And then once you start to see the sellers come in again at these lows in here, like I said, this is all hindsight here, but I think this is a tough read because it's kind of equal sellers and buyers, actually maybe a bit more buying than selling, right? So that's kind of tough to read. But once down here, you can see those sellers come in, and then it's over. Like they're going to move. The market's ready to move, and it's ready to move away from this whole area here. Okay, and that goes back to volume profiles, etc. It's ready to move, right? So now let's go back to current market, and let's turn the heat map on, and then this is what we are looking for in here. Okay, we went through the scenarios pretty well, I think. That we're looking for from up here. We're looking for sellers to roll in and come back down to 860. Then looking for a slight bounce in here and maybe a move back up into, I think we're pointing to somewhere around in here, like right here where they dropped it. Could come back all the way again up to 970, but it just came back up into this little wiggle in here, and then we got the drop again. Now we've come down and tested where these guys broke out from on the buy side, so we can extend this across now. Yeah, it's actually maybe like that kind of a zone area in here. Still though, like directional move is what we're thinking. Okay, strong, more sellers than there are buyers. It's a pretty deep pullback, yet we're still looking sell side here. We don't see, and here's the distinction. For this move down here, we do not see any sort of accumulation here yet. This is just a pullback. Okay, so if we come back down here and then we see tons of buyers come back in and move it back up here again, now we've got something to consider for a potential reversal. At this point though, it is a directional move, a pullback, and then looking for leg 2 and continuation here. All right, so and we're still sticking with that until we see something different. We're looking for these little bounces off of these areas in here due to this buying and this buying in here. Guys, I'm going to I'm going to clear all these drawings just so you can see them, right? I mean,
Yeah, it was very clear.
Okay, yeah, the market, the way that we have the volume dots set up here as delta dots, I love it. It's looks pretty clear to me. Like, these are the areas in here. So we would anticipate a bounce out of here. This is where the buyers came in. Okay, but overall move is here. Strong move to the downside. Okay, so now we're we're looking for, we got the structure and we got the volume within it. But we're also looking at the heat map. Where are the limit buy and sells? Are they getting filled? Is it, is there huge liquidity in here? Well, they came all the way back up into, or price was able to come all the way back up to 20,000 again, and they're on the offer here. There's traders here on the offer reloading, and we didn't get through it. I'm sorry, we did get through it a little bit here, and they came back in for more right here. Okay, so they're totally absorbing this. Look at CVD spike, and price didn't. Price went up a little bit here, like a from 20K it went up to 20. It went up $20, 2 ticks basically. Since I'm looking at $10 per tick, and they're coming in with even more liquidity after that, right? They want to get filled with more. Traders are and completely absorbed. This is absorption. It's a great example. They can't get through this 20,000 level. There's still 981 coins up here. So you see this CVD is it's not rocketing up to the upside here. There's still quite a bit of selling in here, and then we're looking for sellers down in these areas in here. Okay, once we start to see that selling down in here, we're looking for it. One more right here. This is looking great. I would look for the break of it. Okay, so and then yeah, then it started to pick up. All right, so let's go back to current market. Okay, so look where price has come back to retest that little wiggle right in here. Okay, so we're still bearish here. We can come up higher. We can come up to other areas here. Okay, this is where see where the sellers came in again, right? Pretty strong selling in here, and then it kind of initiated up there, right? So we may get like a pullback to about here on the buy side, but we'd still be looking for sellers. Okay, until we see something else. All right, let me get to your questions, guys. Sorry, I've been rambling here. There is no time frame here, Don. You can look at like between each vertical dotted line in here, there's 5 minutes. But what we're showing is pure price action with best bid and offer. Okay, then we're looking at the transactions and also the order book within that, the historical order book here.
But you guys made this nice clock. That's the time frame, right?
Which clock?
On the top side. Yeah.
On
Uh,
where?
oh,
Up here?
On the top. Yeah.
Yeah, the time slices. Yeah, well, you could use this tool to show. Let me. It's a good point. Let's take a look here. The way that we can use this here, the time slices, is look at like 30 minutes here, and then that will place 30 minutes within my viewable range. Okay, but you can see we're still looking at 5 minutes between each vertical dotted line. But from the left side to the current market here, this is exactly 30 minutes, a sliding window of 30 minutes of data. Okay, let me go to like a minute of sliding data. This is one pure minute of data always. Okay, so as this slides out, obviously it's entering into the, or we see the current market as well. So it's always just 1 minute, right? But you can see there's 20 seconds here, or I'm sorry, 10 seconds between each vertical dotted line. So anyway, that's the way it works. Let's see if we get our sellers right here right now. There's some liquidity and buyers wanted it. Let's see it again. Let's see it, sellers. Let's see if you got it. No. All right, drop it now. 780, 770.
This is fun.
I mean, now this is funny stuff here because this is this Bookmap multi-book product. So all these transactions are from 3 different exchanges in here. We're looking at Binance Futures, Bybit, and OKEx. Here they go. Here they go. See how this move here is exactly the same as what we were just looking at in that wedge, descending wedge or triangle. You know what I mean? Like it's in here. Look at there's not many buyers. There's more sellers in here. Not many buyers, if any. More sellers. Our move. Okay, so we just did a quick little read here, and in this kind of semi-micro structural area here. Okay, and still looking for more sellers. 970, right? This is how you can read order flow for scalping. Now, I wouldn't recommend it in the crypto markets. By the time you get you clear your spread or your commission or whatever, you have to, it's time to exit basically. So it's really tough to scalp. So anyway,
yeah, the spread is pretty big.
Yeah, it's tough. So you gotta zoom out and you gotta look for a higher time frame. You could use your limit orders. And I'm not sure if the trade evade is maker taker type of structure. I don't think it is, but some of the exchanges are.
Order filled. Order filled.
So you're getting out at break even there. Somebody. But yeah. I mean, this is back and forth in here because we're looking for the drop, but this is a lot more. See, on the microstructure or smaller structure here, there's more buying here. Okay, so we were looking for sellers. It dropped down to here where we do see buyers come in, and now we're looking for buyers to try to get it higher here. Okay, maybe back up to 880 here. Okay, now this is just back and forth in here on a very small time frame. We were zoomed in looking for the drop here. We didn't know, or I did not go back and look at this area in here, but this is where we see strong buying, right? So we'd look for buyers to support it at that point, and that's exactly what they did. So no selling here, some buying, more buying here. Great, they'll come back up to at least here, and if there's more buying pressure, they'll go higher. All right, so same ideas, same concepts in here, and anyway, let's just zoom out. We're still looking for the directional move here, and the continuation here. Okay, we're just waiting for more sellers. Okay, it's kind of back and forth in here at the moment. Okay, this is our little area we marked up here for a pullback, which is funny enough, that 860 that we were looking for the target originally.
Like buyers coming in a lot.
Well, we could get buyers back up above it here. That's true. But I'm kind of looking for sellers again. Let's see here.
I'm listening to Ticker Strike.
Okay. Yeah. The I'm looking for the sellers here at this little area here, 890. All right, Josh, you're looking, you need this to be long. Oh boy, guys, like this is all right. I have to admit as well, like we all do this. We get a bias and then we stick to our guns, and it's like hoping and praying almost at that point. So the
Yeah.
I think the best way to overcome that I have found is drop the ego or drop the bias and just let the charts tell you. Okay, just like what we're going through in here. We were looking for it to drop. Okay, it retested back up to 20,000. We're looking for it to drop again. We're looking for this area here. We're looking for a bounce here due to the order flow. That was the only thing that gave us that insight. That was it. And then
Does
we
it work?
It works.
it's working. We got the move. We got a little bounce in here. We're looking for the next area, which was here, and then we were anticipating a bounce here as well, due to these buyers that came in. Okay, we drew up that whole structure earlier, and it has bounced, right? And it's just it's just back and forth in here right now, but the overall move is still to the downside. Okay, so we're still kind of waiting and watching in here, waiting for these sellers to move the market.
Bruce, it was a good point about ego, to be honest, because those things are the hardest things in the whole trading. Because I realized when I learned a lot from you about order flow, it makes me stopping my ego a lot, because I know what is happening in the market, and that makes me less egoistic.
Yeah, egotistical. Yeah, I mean, like J Trader's really good at it. Scott's really good at it.
Yeah.
But J Trader just says, "I'm out. Cut it. Look for the next one." And he knows exactly what he's trading, and he knows if his strategy doesn't work out, he's out. And just look for the next one. Move forward.
I figured in the competition, it looks like every ripple you take, it makes a lot of difference in the competition.
Yeah. I mean, the competition is makes it for sure more challenging.
Yeah.
But I think being able to not only know that you have an edge, but then being able to know how not to lose is really important. So if you get caught up, trying to take the same trade 2 or 3, 4 times, you'll learn. That's how you learn. And it's just like, okay, well, I'm going to wait next time. I'm going to figure out, and you go back and you study it and you figure out, okay, well, I followed my plan, but I got caught up. All right, well, just look for maybe something that gives you more clarity on that setup, and you're looking for that. Okay, and then you won't take 3 or 4 trades. You only take maybe 1 or 2. And then maybe you only take one after years of practice. But starting to really kind of hone the strategy that you're looking at now. See how we're still in the downtrend. Okay, now we're looking for our sellers probably here, and right about here at 830, and looking for them to break it pretty quickly to 770, and then we could get the bigger move here. Okay, down to the lows here. All right, so this liquidity down here, 560, etc. All right, so we're looking for it. Okay, that is the most likely scenario right now. There's one caveat in here, and this is kind of a funny comment, but what we could get is, and this is why, like, go through the scenarios, I find, again, very helpful. Helps me. Sometimes I get a little suspicious about this move. I want to see kind of buyers up here, a lot of buyers up here, and then have it fail. And then once it fails up here, look for the sellers to come in hard, right? So this kind of fake breakout here, and then the sellers come in, is very similar to what we saw earlier here. Okay, up in here, this move here. So the bigger picture for today, before this move here, was this breakout here. Let's dim the heat map again. Everything is looking good, and then we got this kind of anomaly here. Buyers back up above the swing here. Okay, and then once they fail, look out. So this is, that kind of buyers buying this breakout and then really just getting hammered, and we want to look for that as well, that scenario. So it gets this back and forth in here, but then you go with the overall picture. Okay, so yeah, that's where it gets a little tricky, but still remaining sell side until we see something different here.
Very interesting, bro. Thank you.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, you know what it's. You've been through enough of these, like get people kind of going the wrong way, and then that can ignite the move to the downside.
Yeah, usually set stops and everything. This is just 100 contracts, reverse, and hope for the best.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, like, sometimes it does that, and sometimes it, it's like, to me it looks like it's kind of ready to move right now, but we might get one really quick move back up here, and then one quick move back down, and then through. This is where, like, the higher time frame helps guide us too. Okay, that we're looking for the directional move here. We do not see distribution or accumulation in here. This is just move, pull back. Now we're looking for continuation. Josh, you agree? Okay. You've seen this false break out of the range many times, get continuation, but yeah, exactly. But and it's fine. Like, let's suppose, like, you got in here, you're looking for it, or even in here. I mean, that's, like, legitimate. You're looking for your sellers. Maybe here is better. Here is definitely better, and you're looking for that continuation. I mean, um, and suppose you get stopped out, it comes up here and does that. Watch again though, stick with it. Maybe come back later and go, well, I'm going to put my stops up a little higher here, or maybe I'm going to keep my stops even a little lower. Maybe I'll even take some off, like in some of these areas, and then try to hold a runner. There's just there's a myriad of ways to manage it. So that's where, like, you got to merge your trading strategy with your trade management, and what's best for you. There's no I have no qualms of getting stopped out up here, having it rotate back down and looking for that again. That's fine, because, like, okay, it did that thing, and then look for the continuation. Another way to do it is, like, you get in half your position in here, anticipate that, and then add another one here, and then your overall stop would be a little bit higher. Yeah, I'm sorry, Pro K or guys. Like, I should have probably put something in here to go through that process. It's kind of tough to kind of talk, analyze, go through all this, draw it all up, and go through the scenarios.
What are you saying?
And then, well, I should have put a position on, like I did on Monday.
Oh no.
I didn't, but I don't know if you guys hopefully saw something in here that's working for you.
I'm just leaving all my trade. I have two accounts trading right now, so I don't really want to win, but I want to win. But I just want to learn from everything you guys are giving me. That's really a valuable thing.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, that sounds that's really nice. Just try to keep it simple, so you know what you're doing. Was it Scott Pulcini said something the other week that really cracked me up. He quoted Mike Tyson, and he says everybody has a plan or a strategy until they get punched in the mouth. And it's so true. It's just as soon as
Very true.
as soon as that happens, then it's like, oh my God, now what do I do? So, take the punch, learn to take the punch, and learn how to control the loss. And take the loss, take the one punch, and then take a step back, instead of adding to it, or whatever it might be, that just digs a deeper hole. Now we're talking more about trade strategy and not so much order flow, or trade management, and also some psychology, I guess. But I'm not much on the trader psychology stuff. There's a bunch of stuff. It's like, look, you have an edge or you don't, okay? And that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
So play your edge, and that's it.
Yeah, well, people have a lot of delusional confidence, and that's something I want to note out as well. That's not a thing. It's not working for nobody.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, again, like JTrader is awesome with that. He knows, he's got years of data on his trades. He's documented his trades. He has a very specific strategy, and he knows how many times it works. And he's done it by hand as well, so that even helps more, because he spent a lot of time with it. He's gotten, like, intimate with it, and
Back testing and everything. I hear that. Yeah.
yeah. And it's not just by back testing by numbers. He's doing that now, actually, which is interesting. It's a new level for him, But he's just looking at, okay, you know, there's 85% today that is going to go up based on these conditions or whatever. But his moving pullback strategy, moving average pullback strategy, he had to go back and do that, you know, with every single trade and look for it.
That's
All right.
really interesting.
Yeah. I like his style a lot. This is kind of a weird bounce in here. I don't know why it's bouncing. Let's take a quick look. I mean, we could look at this one here, I guess. And let's draw it up. Yeah, this little area here.
Yeah, there's a volume point of control over there from 906.
Ah, okay. So in the chart range. Yeah, let me add that. All right. And we'll go to chart range. So right here, is this what you're talking about? Or
No, the date, the 9th of no, 9th
okay.
September,
So you're
6th
talking
September.
much higher time frame is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the supporting level.
Okay. Okay, quite a bit of buying coming back in. Okay, now this is starting to look more like, you know, accumulation. So we're gonna have to be a little more careful now. Here, let me get rid of the drawings, and here's why. Okay, so here's our strong selling, Now we're starting to see some pretty strong buying. Okay, now are they able to lift it up here to this swing? Are they able to break it? Are they able to come up to here, 900? So, and that's when we start to look at this a little differently. But you know, bigger picture is still, you know, we're still sell side.
Well, for you, how do you see the context is going to change? Because we were all yesterday all day short, today balanced day. When do you perceive to see another context?
It's just the order flow here. I mean, like in the structure. Okay, so up here, like I got to see, you know, a change here, and then that will start to give me some ideas. So right now it's like it's just testing this area. Okay, and there's quite a bit of buying in here. However, they haven't broken this yet. Okay, so they need to break above here or this little swing here just to start with. Okay, now watch and let's see. Do we get a ton of selling now come in here? Okay, more than these dots here. So we're still sell side until we see something different. Like stick with the trend. Like this looks kind of scary, but it's still holding. Okay, it hasn't.
Yeah, at this point,
Yeah, it hasn't told us yet.
this point, I would get out of my short long and just follow the trend again. Take the loss.
Well, there is the scenario that let's suppose that you get a bunch of buyers up here, then your long is going to work out. But that would be the next, you know, the second scenario. So it would be more like, you know, these are big green dots. This is a pullback here, and then what if you see big green dots up in here and breaking these lines? Then we're looking for our squeeze. Okay, and then we want to see underneath as well the order book supporting that. So lots on the bid underneath here, pressing it up.
So interesting how you watch it.
Yeah, we're just watching the orders, in
You're
with it.
really good at it.
Well, thanks. I've been working with Bookmap for quite a while. Um, but the it really was enlightening for me. Like when I first started working with Bookmap, that it's like, okay, wait a minute. Like, let's understand how these markets actually work. What's lifting the offer, or what's making price move? And then once we understand these mechanics, and that, I think, in my opinion, that should be the everyone should go through that. They have to understand what makes the market move, and that's why we have the educational course that's on our YouTube channel. So if you guys are interested in that, you can go watch that right now. In fact, I mean, it's always up. But then from that, forget about all your education before. But then once you kind of understand the market mechanics, you can bring your previous education back in. If maybe it's volume profile, maybe it's I don't know, Fibonacci, maybe it's candlestick patterns, maybe it's Elliott wave, maybe it's just patterns like head and shoulders and that kind of stuff, or trends, or whatever. But then now you can integrate this knowledge back into it, and you'll really understand what makes up a head and shoulders pattern. You'll really understand what makes up like this wedge in here, and why, what we're looking for in the order flow to support that from to break to the downside here. And then the same thing in here. Like, we're still sell side until we see something else. And let me get rid of these. They're kind of getting in the way here. And it goes back and forth and back and forth in here, but the structure is still holding. And we do see the buying in here. But the scenario also is still holding true. If we get sellers below the 760, then look out. It's going to go lower. Okay, so here come the buyers. They're going to give this a shot here.
Hey, Frosty is also here. Nice.
Hey, there he is.
Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, here they go.
Can do this.
So yeah, you're sticking with that long. All right.
For now.
Yeah. Well, this could fail. It could be a failed breakout too. I mean, like, we got to, we'll go through those different scenarios, but the buying looks pretty good here. So, back up to, top of the range, 990 here is looking pretty good now.
Even if I break even or $100 loss, I'll probably take it off.
Yeah, look, see how this, we're sell side, and then now we're starting to see it. This is that kind of scenario we're going through here. Our big green dots here. Now they should be able to move it 990, and maybe they can even go for this. Yeah, well, 990 is right up here, so that's a good area.
A lot of tickets. 1,600.
Yeah, I mean, we're at 3:30 East Coast time, so the market closes in about half hour. So we're gonna get a lot of volatility in here. The close can be very confusing, I find, because there's lots of different traders doing lots of different things, and it's just sloshing around back and forth. So something to be aware of at the close. We see it during the the U.S. session, the European close. We need to be kind of careful of. All right, now this we'll see here. Like, are we going to get a bounce here? Um, or are we going to see a breakdown here if the sellers come in? So this would be kind of peaked up above here, and then sellers down below, and then look out. I mean, be looking for a pretty strong move to the downside here. Okay. Now, in terms of like entry or exit, trade management in here on something like this, I don't really see the clarity until maybe it gets down here, and I see those sellers come in. Okay, or maybe we get a retest back up here, and we see a lot of buying come in and the order book supporting it as well. Then we're looking for not only 990 but probably even higher.
What I find interesting is that we traded this already a couple of weeks ago, but
I think I got him. Okay.
you got him.
All right.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's the problem with open mic.
Great presentations, Bruce.
Oh, thank you.
Open mic and everything.
Yeah, no, I kind of like this actually. It makes it much more kind of human.
As classroom.
Yeah, exactly. Just as long as everyone plays nice, then we can really get some leverage out of an open mic. You guys can share your screen, go over stuff if you want. Really open it up.
What do you want me to show?
I mean, if you want to go over a trade or what you're thinking about in certain areas, instead of always looking at my screen. So I don't really, guys, I'll just be honest, like I don't really have any kind of clarity in here. It's just one or the other scenario here. But I just don't see any kind of edge right now in the order flow. We have to see something in here that the market is ready to go a certain direction here. Now, I guess in this smaller time frame move here, I guess I'd give a little bit of a nod to the buyers here. We're back up here, but this is where they really need to pick it up, and then we should get the break. Now, if there's no buying up here, very little buying, and we rotate back down and we get sellers, then I would give the nod to the sellers to be able to drop it. Yeah, anyway, that's kind of it. And also another thing too is that kind of these lines that we drew up in here still, it's the structure is still, there's more sellers in here. Well, yeah, I'll take that back. This is kind of where they initiated, but the selling really started to pick up in here, and we're above that, so we could get the squeeze here.
Frosty had something to say. Go ahead, Frosty.
Oh yeah, sorry, I just checking in, saying hi to you guys. Thanks for doing this, Bruce, again. I was just been messing around with the liquidity tracker. I haven't really used that much, but it's kind of interesting how you see these large swings down and you see this really push and the selling liquidity really come in, but then after these really large moves to the downside, you kind of see this, and then the liquidity will change. And it's pretty significant until it's just kind of dries up, and then we kind of continue with the trend down. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if you've used that, Bruce, or not.
I have, and the liquidity tracker, like I covered it when it first came out, but then I just started to notice that I was just getting more from the heat map, to be honest. I'd be happy to go through it if you want, Frosty, like maybe Friday or something. But
oh no, I can see where you can get a lot of the same information from the heat map as well. I mean, it's kind of a new toy. I haven't really used it, so it's kind of neat tracking the numbers. I get stuck on kind of looking at the numbers for liquidity, buy and sell, and it's like who's winning the war here, and it's kind of fun to kind of, I don't know, something additional to add in my chart that kind of just gives you kind of the flow of the orders and stuff. But it's kind of interesting. I
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. No, it's a great indicator. I mean, it's part of that. And well, it's also part of the MBO package. That's actually a pretty interesting product because you can filter for the higher liquidity orders, the order sizes. So that way, instead of looking at the one lot and two lots like in the futures, you can be looking at like 100 lots. So you can see the liquidity of larger players, and that I like quite a bit. But yeah, I haven't played around with it in a while. I mean, geez, in these webinars and stuff, it's like with stops and icebergs and some of the other things we have on the chart. It's like
Oh yeah, it gets a little crowded pretty quickly,
yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah, yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Just try to keep it simple.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Do you use liquidity? Have you been using it?
Uh, yeah, but no. No, I keep it like Bruce is saying. I keep it really simple. I started with order flow. Oh no, I started with volume profile. I did a little bit of mistake over there, and I'm catching up on order flow right now with Bruce, and I'm hoping that that's gonna transform my trading really good because at this point I feel confident about my tradings and I have a funded account that I'm scaling pretty well. So like I said, I don't need everything to show on my charts and everything, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Well, you look like you're doing pretty good. I haven't checked the leaderboard lately, but I think you're moving up there, man. Great job.
Yeah, I'm 10th right now because I made I I wanted to move up at the first place because I had this great idea to go with every Ripple with 100 contracts, but I made this stupid mistake with not seeing just buying at Tom says that Louis with the one lot. I bought it at the high, so I got caught up in that.
yeah.
Ah, man. I bet you'll make a comeback though. I think you've got the fill.
Just look for those opportunities and go with it. You got it. That's where, like, it sounds like you were not looking at what you do. you know you were
Order
trying
flow
you were
is not
trying
really
you were trying to win.
right. Ego.
Yeah, and trying to win is different than playing looking for your strategy.
Absolutely, yeah, correct.
um yeah, I hate to lay the thick psychology on you. um
Oh, but it's great. I love it because my ego is so big sometimes. I'm sometimes so confident that I'm always constantly thinking about winning, and it's so bad for your human
yeah.
body, so to speak.
Yeah. And one thing, the markets are one of the best humbling devices out there. So it'll spank you so hard that yeah, you'll lose that ego pretty quickly. um
Yeah, you make no difference in the market if you put an order in,
yeah.
no change.
Yeah, exactly. So just it's like like if you're like a surfer or something, and you're out in the ocean. The ocean just rules. I mean, you don't have just be really aware is the best you can do. And
Yeah,
respect it, because you don't stand a chance. Like, it's just too powerful. So yeah, that's I kind of view the markets the same way, with very, very healthy respect.
great formulation.
So we see what kind of clarity we got up here. It could go either way here, and we don't know. And we're looking for that clarity, and I just don't see anything yet. Okay, here comes a little bit of buying here, and they're going to try to go for it. It looks like, yeah, here we go. All right, let's see now. Look, this is not that clear. It's not that clear. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it, but like, you could, I hate to say it, but yeah, you could buy this and look for the follow through. Now, I just don't see enough buying quite yet. But this is going to be a quick move, right? If in crypto it just does this, and you'll see it whip up here really quickly. Okay. Now it's also true though. It like you'll see this and it whips down really quickly too. That's why I wouldn't recommend it. Buying a breakout here, but it is auctioning up here. We see even more now. Okay, I would say we're going to get the move higher. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Okay, and then now where can it go if it's enough buying? Let's take a step back, take a look at it. Okay, maybe not much. Maybe it only comes up to 920, but it could also come up to 980 or 990. That's kind of what we were looking at earlier. It was 990. Yeah, something like that.
Oh.
All right, let's see it. Let's see it, buyers. They're pulling liquidity here. Let's see them add a little more on the bid here. That'd be nice. Here's a little bit down here.
Yeah, before the singing was going on, I wanted to show you something about my perspective of my instruments, what I thought that was good or not.
Okay, do you want to share your screen?
Yeah, I'm fixing that right now.
I'm not sure if I'll need to give you permissions.
I think you can watch it right now.
I think you would have to. Yeah, actually, I think everyone has permissions, I believe. So let's take a look here. Hold on. See if you can. Yeah. It looks like you're sharing it. So let's take a look. Okay.
Well,
I got
this
it.
This is what I'm watching at right now. Like, because I thought this was supporting what I already told you, and
yeah.
This over here, all the volume over here, I thought this was supporting it also as well. So we make higher over here, but instead we are going over here, like volume point over here, close to it. We broke this volume point of control. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This got me off guard because I didn't expect to get down, break down this whole structure. I thought we traded it already fair and square, you know.
Yeah.
But that's what I.
Yeah, I see what you're looking at. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like I like the bounce there quite a bit. That makes really good sense. It came right to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And then so it looks like we're getting our breakout. But where is it at? Is it at 990? Or what are you looking at there?
I'm looking at the higher time frame. This is 19.595.
Okay.
A little bit small of a big screen, sorry. But this is the shorter time frame. Don't watch it. This is the ES.
Oh, okay.
This is just how I'm watching the market.
Okay. So we'll go back to Bookmap. Let's see if how this is working out here. We're getting that breakout, it looks like. Yeah, there you go. Not much. And it's doing it. I mean, it's doing it. We, it's a little bit more clear now, but like we want to see it move here, not kind of. I mean, if there's a lot of buying in here, well, this should be moving. So where's the pop? Yeah, I mean, it's doing it, and we're looking for clarity. Then we kind of noted a little bit of clarity there, but as a potential breakout trade. Yeah. So anyway, take that one as a grain of salt. It's doing it. It's just not that great. And we didn't look for it to be that great to begin with. But just looking at the conditions of the orders. So yeah. Anyway, we'll see if we can get up to that 990. Looks like that's where it wants to go.
Yeah, to the mid.
Yeah.
Volume point of over here. Volume point of control over here.
Yeah. Now this is kind of, now if we take a look at the bigger picture here in the order flow, now what we're talking about is potential distribution, or I'm sorry, accumulation here. Okay.
Go back to you. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'm actually presenting. Let me go back to my screen here. No, in fact, let's take a look. See how like we're getting that kind of move higher here, but look at the exhaustion up here, guys, and look at the sellers starting to come in here. Okay, this could be a move right back down here or even lower here. Watch for the sellers here. Yeah, here they go. All right, see, this was not bad in terms of exhaustion. Just there's no buying up here. Very, very little buying up here at 930, right? We want to see a lot. If they can't do it, now we're breaking this small trend line here. So, we're looking for the move back down to where it initiated here, 880. And we're still looking for clarity in a bigger move. And I don't know. I mean, I don't see it quite yet. I guess we'd still say sell side, even though it kind of broke this little structure here and then kind of peaked above this one here. The sellers were up here at I would say 970, 980, I guess, 970. So yeah, it's nothing. We're not seeing anything really too clear when it comes down to it. We had this was a beautiful move to the downside. It retraced all the way back up here, and then we did catch some of these little moves back and forth in here and looking for those pullbacks. So a move down to here, and then a bounce here around our 860 area, and it did, and then we said somewhere around in here 990, and then looking for sell side. We're still directional sell side, and then we're looking for the bounce down here, which did unfold. This one was kind of weird here. We didn't have any level in there really, and then that's when we saw the buyers come in, and we're still sell side, and then like start to see the break start to happen in here. Okay, so I don't really have much to go over. We had exhaustion here, we had our sellers in here. It kind of made it down to 880, and then now we're back up again, and now the buyers can move it to, now they've got enough here now to move it maybe up to 20.
And now they like to buy it.
Yeah, now I'm looking for these buyers here, and I want to see these guys maybe pull, and I want to see 20K trade, and we're coming to the close of the cash session. Let's see it. We need buyers here. There we go. And let's get a quick move too. Really quick move. I want to see like a kind of a stop run move up into 20K. 970 to 20K basically. See, in here we didn't like it. Okay, in here because we had the exhaustion here and we had sellers here. And then sellers never picked it up, but now we're looking for buyers to pick it up. These guys will be squeezed up into here. And that's what we're looking for.
Does it mean that we need to have 2,000 buy contracts to break it up there at 20,000?
Up to 20,000 here. Let's just insert a new column. We need to, and we'll configure it and aggregate it. Yeah. There's 2,000 coins in here, or Yeah, that's what needs to trade to get up here.
Oh, oh.
I
Is it
mean,
good that you showed me the aggregation because I didn't understand what it was, but now I see it.
or I'm
Interesting.
sorry, 3,000, 3,100 or so to get up to 20K.
Lot. A lot of contracts though.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think this is the multi-book product, so it's the contracts from 3 different exchanges, all aggregated here.
I think I can manage it.
Yeah, here's our short squeeze. I think it can manage it too. I think it can do it. Guys, again, I know that this is um, very short time frame stuff, but we've been going almost an hour and a half now to cover as much as we can in here during this time. And we've seen a bunch of little moves in here. But to win this competition, I hope this is helping. But to win this competition, you got to be in the bigger picture and look for the bigger moves here. Same ideas, same concepts, just bigger picture. And take what the market gives you.
I can talk with you for hours over here, Bruce.
Yeah, Pro K. Hey, maybe we'll have you in for a special event or something. You can go through what you're looking at.
Maybe someday, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can talk about whatever you think's helpful for others, like getting funded, and your kind of journey in trading.
I talk a lot about with people about psychology because I'm still missing out on that really bad. Have no. I would say they all have no balls, to be honest.
Yeah, there you go. Grow a
Funny.
pair.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Tom the first time I met Tom. That's the first thing he said to me. Grow a pair.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like, I think it just all comes back to the same thing. Yeah, grow a pair when you have an edge. That's easy. Like, or easier. You have to have an edge though. You have to know you have an edge. Now you've got something to grow into. Otherwise, like, grow a pair to just throw your money at something. I don't know. Like I always use the kind of silly example of like okay, Pro K. Let's suppose I was going to we're going to bet on coin toss. Okay, heads and tails. So it's
Yeah,
50%,
yeah.
right? 50%. But let's suppose like every time I win, I win. Well, let's say 51 cents, right? And then every time I lose, I only lose 49 cents. Right, so every
Great
time
one.
every time
Yeah,
you win, you only win 49 cents, and every time you lose, you pay 51 cents. Like, well, how many? I'm going to take as many of those coin tosses as I can, and it's to my edge. It's to my advantage. As slight as it is, it's still an edge, and then that's what we're looking for in here. And then the grow a pair part is like, bring it on. Let's trade 10,000 times. I want to trade as much as I
especially in
can.
sim.
Yeah, especially in sim.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I've done a real. I don't know. Maybe I can track it back, but I've butchered maybe 6 or 7 accounts on Tradeovate to get 2 free. And if I can track it back, how many trades a day I did, 10,000, yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
It,
That's how you learn.
yeah, exactly. Because I went from maybe 10,000 right now to be 2, 3, 4, 5 trades a day, and gives me that edge. What you're saying, what you're talking about.
Yeah. 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 No, that's excellent. Um, and that's what it takes. JTrader was the same way. And I said, well, I remember asking him like a while back, well, what made you do this? Like, how did you start straight trading this strategy? And he goes, honestly, Bruce, because I didn't want to lose anymore.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah. It's just like I was tired of losing. He started to study something very specific, and then gain and build his edge. And
Oh, another thing what I want to mention is I don't know what the minimum wage is for you guys in America, but we are making yearly $20,000 a year if you're on a minimum wage, and if you can get like 200 or 300 euros of dollars a day to get to there in the same, you probably double your yearly income in like a year or a
really,
month. Yeah.
from doing
So
what again?
just trade like $200 or $300 a day. If you can get that done, you're
Ah,
already above the minimum average.
yeah, yeah. And another thing too, from what I understand, it was some years ago, but there's no capital gains in the Netherlands. Is
Uh,
that right? Is that right? Because of a Royal Dutch oil?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm figuring that out right now. But the people that I've got tried to call, accountants and
Mm,
bookkeepers, they all say to me, you don't have to have anything with
that's amazing.
tax or anything.
That's amazing. I mean, like, that makes me just want to leave the United States and go there and uh, trade and have my citizenship with European Union and live in the Netherlands. I mean, that's huge. That you don't have to give up like 35% of your trading gains to the to taxes.
Yeah, there is some edge about it because you cannot um, say um, in a business you have to pay for stuff and you get an order, and you have to pay that, right? Um, in trading you don't really have that. You don't have orders that you have to put out, or maybe a better saying, you don't have really assets and liability with trading.
Hmm.
You only have equity.
Yeah, interesting. Um, I think J Trader is the same way. Like he's in San Marino. He said there's no cap gains. So
Yeah.
everything he trades, it's either pure profit for him, or his losses are his losses. I mean, of course, but I mean that's huge.
Yeah, but if you start vending, you have to consider in that you're a business.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's something different, though. Yeah, that's true. All right, guys. Well, like, boy, we hit our 980 level here. We drew in right here. That's been it so far. This has been a pretty, well, I don't think it's been a loss, but it just hasn't been too clear. The big move happened just before two or just after two. And then we thought we'd be smart and do the webinar at 2:30 just because we're looking for the move to happen maybe a little bit later. Uh, and anyway, we got some good stuff. We got some good stuff in here. We look to short it here. Uh, we look for the bounce down here. We look for another bounce down here. and then we're looking for the long in here, and the potential for it. And we didn't really like it. It looked better, and then I kind of shut my mouth. I forget where exactly. It might have been,
There.
was it here or
Yeah, the circles.
right? Was it? I don't recall. Anyway,
Yeah,
in here somewhere, and it was just like, guys, it's you know, it's a potential breakout trade, but it's we didn't see the really big green dots. We want to see these kind of dots up here for that breakout trade, and it was more than likely to go in the due to the order flow, but it could have been disrupted really quickly. Maybe it was here that we saw it, and we're like, yeah, it's looking pretty good. But anyway, so we went through a bunch of different examples. Hope it was helpful for you guys. But for the trading competition here, it looks like obviously you don't want to be scalping. Look for these quality trades on the higher time frame, and look to hold them as long as you can, and try to get the most out of the move. So the what we're looking at here today, this you would have been waiting all day. I mean, basically here's 5 a.m. here, and then just tons of back and forth, and then the big move, and even this big move is retraced, almost all the way back. So yeah, kind of dismal trading in here. But yeah, could have scalped some of them, or at least a few of them in here would be potential. But it's hard to clear that spread. So the strategy is to look for something very clear, I think, and try to hold it for as long as you can.
Yeah, it would be $1,000 over there.
I'm not sure. Like, let's suppose, what is the spread? Like, or I've only taken one or two trades. I think two trades.
Yeah, with 100 contracts, I had on every 1 point, I had $1. So after 1,200 points, I had $1,200.
Oh, okay. So what about the if you got in at, let's say, 820 right here,
That's $15. So
you have to come up
that's
to
what I noticed.
you have to come up to like up to 840 to be in profit by $5.
Yeah, if you do 100 contracts and you buy it, it will draw down 15 euros of 15.
15.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
You have to
Okay.
consider 15.
Okay, so yeah, so you got it. So it's basically well, I'm looking at $10 a tick here. So you basically got to clear 2 ticks, and then you're in the green.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, so then there was plenty of moves in here that you could have gotten something out of. But it again, it's not a whole lot, but it's the education. It's going through what we're reading in here on the various time frames and what we're looking for. So I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, very helpful, Bruce. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I really appreciate it. All right, guys. Well, let's wrap it up. Let's see. I won't be able to do this tomorrow with you guys. And I think on Friday, I'm not sure what time the competition ends. I think it's midnight though on Friday, East Coast time. So we might do it on Friday afternoon. I have to see, but I've got some other events and things tomorrow, so it's unfortunate I can't do it tomorrow. But maybe we can do it on Friday.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot, Bruce. Really appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
Best of luck. Okay. Best of luck, man.
Yeah.
Hope to see you
You
up
too,
there
man.
in top 3. Oh, yeah. I have no qualms about. Yeah, I don't have any aspirations for winning this. It's just like you said, Bruce. I really appreciate it because it's just nice exposing myself to a different market and different techniques. And I always thought about crypto, but never really decided to jump in until now. So this was a great opportunity for that. So thanks again.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, it was same with me. We did a competition some years ago, and it was with Binance futures, and it was like, oh wow, okay, now I learned all about crypto. Yeah, these are great for that. Anyway, good luck, guys, and I'll let you know tomorrow if we can do it on Friday or not.
Hey, Frosty, we're gonna be number 1 and 2. Don't worry about it.
I'll be looking at the leaderboard.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
All right, guys, take care, and we'll catch up, and I'll let you know about tomorrow or Friday.
And as always, I hope you enjoy.
Okay. All right. Bye, guys. Take care.